of the Hokies, and don't forget, my son, it's time for Enter Sandman. As we wind our way toward the end of another college football season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Florida State Seminoles, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Virginia Tech Hokies. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me as always, and this will send chills up your spine. It's time for Enter Sandman. Returner will field it and try to get some field position. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. So Florida State's offense will take the field first. Last week was a tape they'd rather just put right in the dumpster and forget about it. David, how does a guy bounce back from a game like the one he had last week?
Well, hopefully he burned that tape, because that was not great. That was not what they're wanting to do, man. Just turning the football over, not enough productive plays. And so how do you bounce back? How do you get started in this football game? Jesse, make it easy. Get him in a rhythm. Don't make it very complicated. Don't give him a chance to turn it over again. You don't need to put this losing streak to another digit in the column.
Yeah, I agree. I think there was two big things. I think, one, he was just pressing. He was trying to force the big play to happen when
Oh, he's got some space. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. So they picked up that last first down on the ground, now with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Try to get it to the edge. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Guys, let's look big picture at Florida State. They've done a really good job in high school recruiting just last week, a commitment from a big-time four-star defensive back. David, what does a commitment like that do for the program?
I mean, so exciting. Like, once you start creating momentum in recruiting, it's really fun to watch it. And getting a guy like that in the back end, in the secondary, that's so important to your defense, man, does it get you excited. And other guys now say, hey, I might want to go play with that kid.
He finally goes out of bounds, but you better check that laundry on the field. So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. And the Noles will snap it on 1st and 10. The give is to Williams. Got enough for the first down and wants more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Noles injecting some attitude, throwing the spear down and declaring they're going to run the football.
Run the football, be aggressive. This is the part of the offense that, remember, it was a long time Florida State offensive line play wasn't good enough. They got to get that physicality, that run game, if they want to be a great program again.
It's hard to have success on wide receiver screens when you're facing press man coverage, because your blockers out front oftentimes can't pick them up, and that receiver gets gobbled up as soon as he catches the pass. You saw it on that last play.
Finds a little bit of room. Give him a couple down to the 23.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little game, because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long. So they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity when you don't do your assignment.
The short hands, it's Williams. He is down at the 1. A terrific run after the throw and catch. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Florida State.
Well, they wanted to turn the page after losing their last game, so how about you come out in this one? On the opening drive, you march the field 75 yards and put 6 on the board. You can't start a game better than that.
And right down the middle. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. So Virginia Tech's offense has its first opportunity of the day. And, David, they've got a guy in the backfield that certainly is capable of carrying more than his share of the weight in this offensive attack.
Yeah, he's a piece, but I would argue this, Reese. Like, you need to get the ground game going. For this offense to be successful, they need a physical tone setter, and he can be that, sometimes up, sometimes down. They need that consistently, Jesse.
They need him to show up when it matters the most, and there's going to be times in this game like we've seen throughout his career when the defense wants to take away wide receivers or players on the perimeter, and that's when this guy has to show up and shine. He's got vision, he's got cutting ability, he's got speed, but that's got to be on display in this game.
Each brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
How about that? The dying breed of the tackling cornerback. You don't see those anymore. Everybody wants to be great in coverage. Everybody wants to get picks. But how many corners really want to get their face in the fan and make tackles? Nice job by that play.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Throws for the tight end. Fires into traffic, picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And that's just excellent coverage. Man, cover one, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board, and you still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
The give to the back. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Seminoles are threatening in the red zone. Handoff from the gun. He's able to fight his way for a couple of yards, but it'll be 4th down and 3.
I like the way this offense is ending the first half. Like, putting a good drive together. I like the running down here in this area. You got to be physical in this part of the field. You've got a good lead. You've got a chance to go in the half with more momentum, continue to run the ball, eat the clock, and put some points on the board.
That'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal from the 10.
Well, I love the variety in the run game you're seeing from this offense. It's not just going to be conventional handoffs. Won't just be the quarterback, but he's making good decisions. Pitching at that time, that's the right.
Ball is free. And the defense jumps on it. They get that turnover.
Man, and it was just the impact of the hit that dislodged the football from the ball carrier. I think it was a heat-seeking missile coming in there, and he knocked that thing loose.
Let's see if this offense can get out of a hole as they start this drive at their own 8. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Here's a heat. Steps away to find some room.
Defense is all about creating negative plays, and he does a really good job at the quarterback spot of not taking sacks. Like, that's a great job. He wants to throw the football. The clock goes off. He takes off and gets a positive gain.
And the Hokies with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. They'll go to the ground. Not a lot of room there. Give him a couple to the 16.
man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
The Hokies are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Back to throw, it's Drones. It's complete. Turning it on! He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up. We've come to the end of the period, and Florida State has the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. Motion from the wideout. They want to run this quarterback. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Virginia Tech.
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball, but man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he has got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
On the move from inside his 5. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. That last fumble proved to be costly as they cashed it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, and so this defense now is juiced. They're excited and ready to go. So this offense, David, they've got to get something going.
Yeah, those turnovers can be contagious, man. It gets you excited, and then when your offense takes it down the field and does something with it, this offense better be ready to play against a motivated defense.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Quarterback may change this route. The give is to Williams. Weaves his way ahead and gets 5 out to the 18-yard line.
Defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical. Get off the ball, get downhill faster.
Off the play fake. Serious arm strength on that 3rd down pass, but it's incomplete. And the Seminoles will send out the punt unit. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. They tied it with a touchdown the last time they had it and trying to complement the defense's good work by taking the lead here. Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. Give to the running back. There he goes. And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28.
And busting big runs like this, we always talk about the running backs, but it's the big boys up front, paving their lanes, those receivers gluing on those DBs that make these plays really go for big yardage.
And how about those receivers? Not just the glamour of catching passes, but doing some dirty work, too.
No doubt. When they get on those guys in the 2nd level and get on those DBs, that's when you break those big, long runs.
Rushes on him. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up in pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front 7 on defense, it's going to be tough.
And the Hokies have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Wants to throw. It's Drones. Oh, looked upfield too soon and dropped the football, and it'll be 3rd down.
We know about this running back's versatility, and he's made some plays in this game so far, catching the ball. That time, though, he had no shot. Defender bearing down on him. They're able to get the hit and make sure it falls incomplete.
The Hokies are way behind the sticks on this 3rd and forever. He's looking downfield to throw. He's got it and still on his feet. Huge game before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Love that from this offense. 3 is good. You're in field goal range, but now we're set up with 1st and goal because of great 3rd down execution by this offense. Stay aggressive. Even when you get in this part of the field, when everything shrinks and gets a little bit harder, you still want to be aggressive.
He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
This has been really good for the defense, too. It's kind of a bend-don't-break mentality, right? Really bowing up with your backs against the wall. If you can win this next 3rd down, try to force the opponent into a field goal. That's a win if you're on defense.
He'll do it himself. And he's knocked down.
2nd quarter might not be gamble time, but inside the 3, Palmer, I've got the green light. I'm going for this.
I am too, and you're essentially running a 2-point play here, right? You've got a play you practice all week long. That's the play you dial up right here.
Trying to punch it in. He is denied. Stopped just short of the goal line. Pushed his way to the 1 and could go no further, and they'll turn it over on downs. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. The goalpost breathing down their neck as they're backed up in their own end, starting the drive from their own 1. One back in the backfield, he gets to carry. Gives him a little breathing room, picks up 5 and gets it to the 7-yard line.
All right, great little run there. Listen, it wasn't phenomenal. He didn't get a 1st down, but what does it do? Now it makes 2nd down easier. The play caller looking at his sheet going, all right, I can throw it, I can run it, still in a great position. Way to stay ahead of the chains.
Off the boot, looking for his man. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Offense a little backed up here, and boy, would it help to convert this 3rd down. Back to pass, it's Applewhite. Somehow fits it into a host of defenders. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. The Seminoles line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Boy, that seemed to be prime return territory, but instead he'll set the offense up with great field position. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
And instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on 4th downs, you're right. Create some of those explosives. Take those deep shots. Make those big plays.
Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. Look at the big fella roll. Touchdown Seminoles. The defense takes matters into its own hands.
You practice these moments as a defense, but you never know when they're going to come to fruition. But how about it? The scoop, the ball's on the turf. They scoop it up. They take it to the house. The defense takes care of business and said, offense, we don't need you. We'll put points on the board.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Looking for a man. It's Drones. Makes the catch. It's Green. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37. New set of downs after the completion. Down to 2 minutes to play in the half. The referee signal for the 2-minute timeout. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Wants to throw on first down. Snagged in the middle. It's Holloway. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down. To the air on second down. Quick completion on the out route. Almost got it to midfield on that one. He's out of bounds, a yard short at the 49. And the Hokies come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to keep it in the air. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22. On first down, here comes this offense. Looking downfield on first down. A shot toward the end zone. And it's caught! Touchdown, Hokies!
Big-time players make big plays in big games, man. It seems like each and every week when this guy has an opportunity in the end zone, he's coming up with the big one. That time, great job focusing and concentration. Defense not able to cover him. That's his now 10th receiving touchdown on the year.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, while we have a moment, let's peek in on what's going on in a big one in the American. East Carolina is down, but they are not out of it. Not there inside Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium. One of the more enjoyable places to watch a game in all of college football. They're trailing by just 4 to Memphis. Ought to be fun, fellas, to see how things play out in this notable matchup in the American.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Under fire. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
And I love playing man coverage on the back end, getting those receivers' faces. Don't let them feel comfortable and run zone where they can find all these holes in the zone, and my rush can't get home. Pressure them, pressure them, pressure them.
And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Now facing a 3rd and long. To throw, it's Applewhite. There were serious revolutions on that 3rd down pass, but it's incomplete. And the Seminoles decide to punt it away. This is a spot you see many returners try to take a chance, but not this time. The fair catch just inside the 40. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. In modern college football, Jesse, if there's time, there's an opportunity to attack.
And I like them being aggressive here too, guys. Look, they practice this all week long. Now you're in that situation to go out there, have some fun, and let it fly.
And defenses are taught to stay deep, play prevent in these situations, so I think you could get a good...
Breaks into the open. They drag him down, but not before he's moved the chains, and the screen pass is effective. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half. They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. Looking to throw on first down. He's got it. And he will score. Touchdown, Virginia Tech.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now? Going into the half, with the lead, with the momentum.
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? The give to the single back. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Men, it should come as no surprise that we have ourselves a fun matchup in Blacksburg. And this second half will likely come down to which offense can figure something, anything out. Take some chances, get creative. Both offensive coordinators had full heads of hair at the start of this game, but right now, they look like cue balls after one frustrating first half. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Lane Stadium.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. The Noles will kick it off to start the second half. And he'll bring it back. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the...
Oh, he's got some space. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
Finds a tight end. Dragged down at the 30 after a 5-yard gain.
And watch the offensive line here. They all block run. Because they're blocking run, the quarterback decides, oh, I got a favorable matchup. He dumps it out to the right, makes the right read, gets a nice positive gain.
Now on first down from the 30. Quarterback will keep it. And he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
I don't know that there's a harder position in football to play than cornerback. You know, all the space in the game, the speed of the game, the big bodies out wide. But to be able to break on those short passes and be an open field tackler like that and give up no yards and protect deep, that's a nice job by the corner.
Back to throw, it's Drones. And the third down pass is incomplete.
Man, that's a big stop on this first drive. That's got to energize this defense. They didn't have a great first half. Let's just call it what it is. They could have done a lot better. But to come out, make some adjustments, get a stop on this first possession, that's a good sign for this defense.
They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Decent field position to start this drive from their own 33. The give to the tailback. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. The Seminoles can really attack on this 2nd and short.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on 1st down and set up a short yardage on 2nd.
Turning it on! They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
Now across the 50 and at the 48-yard line. They'll have it 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Looking to the big tight end. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have led him a little too much.
Bad news on that play, it's an incompletion. The good news is the quarterback knew if his guy wasn't going to catch it, nobody was with that ball landing out of bounds.
They'll run the option. What a good run there. He has enough for the 1st down. And the Noles are on the move. Power football with the run. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. The give is to Williams. Had to work to pick up 3 down to the 33-yard line.
And that run really didn't... And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
It'll be 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Applewhite. Fires to the wideout. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. They're happy enough to try to take the points as the field goal unit heads out. They'll have to generate power and some accuracy. A 50-yarder from the left hash. Smashes it between the uprights. That'll bring him to within 4. They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive. And here's the return. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board. They'll crank up this drive from the 30-yard line. Motion from the wide receiver. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. The short hands, it's Bennett. At midfield, he's got room. And he'll be run out of bounds, and these guys are piling up some serious yardage totals. Last season, Kyron Drones really didn't play to the level he or Virginia Tech expected for him. Jesse, what does he need to do to return to his 2023 form?
It's consistency and avoiding the negative plays, avoiding the turnovers, making the throws you're supposed to make. There is no question physically, Kyron Drones has all the tools. And you think back to a year ago, if that Hail Mary stands against Miami and they get that win, maybe the season ends differently for Virginia Tech. This is a special talent. He's got to be more consistent.
And how about the aggressiveness of this defense? I love this. Don't let them get to the sideline. Kept the ball in the middle of the field, went after the quarterback right away like some missiles and got him on the ground.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. They'll run play action. Fires to the big fella. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Caught in the backfield, it's Stewart. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
After that last completion, it's 2nd down. Red pass, it's complete. And gang tackling on this dude is a good idea. They needed it, but he still got the 1st down. What a weapon these wide receiver screens can be. Not only do you get a convoy blocking, you get dynamic running.
When you do this and you show me the threat of throwing this wide receiver screen, it makes me play defense differently. It makes me have more guys out wide, which opens the box inside. So I think it's really smart for coordinators and offenses to continually throw these screens to playmakers.
He finds a dead spot in the middle. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the 1st down. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Virginia Tech is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. Looking to throw, it's Drones. Grabbed in the middle, it's Bennett. He is going nowhere. Stopped at the line of scrimmage.
That was a nice catch right near the line of scrimmage. Man, you want to get some yak after the catch and try to make a play, but that defense was right on him. Got him on the ground too quick.
The Hokies come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Quarterback on the keeper. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on 3rd down. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. Absolutely perfect. The lead now up to 7 at 24-17.
And that was an important kick here in the 4th quarter, man. You want to take that touchdown lead, make them have to go the length of the field and score a TD. Nice execution by this offense. Nice job trusting the kick.
Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, Reese, no doubt. But this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this drive. And to do that, David, they've got to have more rhythm on offense.
Yeah, create some more rhythm, create some more explosive plays, and maybe some more balance. And listen, it's nice to have that weapon and kick long field goals. If you kick too many field goals, you don't get very many W's.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Makes the grab. It's McCoy. He'll go out of bounds at the 28-yard line, and deep in your own end, you need plays like that. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback could throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Looking to throw, it's Applewhite. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. And the defense got it. Touchdown, Hokies. This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone. They add a little more to the lead as they are right on the verge of ending this long losing streak. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the fourth. On the run from inside his own 5. He's out of bounds at the 23-yard line, and that's where this... will go to work. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. They'll start this drive going to the air. Fires to the right. It's caught downfield. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up to this point of the game. Obviously, things haven't gone our way, but we have a chance to execute in a 2-minute situation and give our...
Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. The Seminoles now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Second down, he'll throw it. Unloads to the wideout. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit. And the Seminoles are in a mess here on 3rd and a mile. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Catch in the middle, it's Lucas. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line. They absolutely had to have that third down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get the third down. The clock is your enemy. Multiple possession lead. That is right where I want this offense.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. They'll send the back in motion. Looking downfield, it's Glenn. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
Well, give the defense credit because they're forcing this quarterback to throw into very small windows under duress.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Moving away from pressure. On the run, deep down the right side. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
The defense is in great position right now because they've got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter. They know the offense has to take shots to try to get themselves back in the game. So they're calling their coverages accordingly, and there was nowhere to go with that football. Really nice job by the defense being in position to force the incompletion.
Looking down the middle. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. It'd be interesting to see what happens here on the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
And I think if you're the head coach, defensively now, obviously, you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. You're trailing at this point, and the offense is going to be running the football, trying to bleed the clock. They're going to take as much time off the game clock as they can before snapping it. You've got to start thinking about using some of those timeouts.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Now facing a 3rd and long. The officials stopped the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. Big 3rd down play here. If they get a stop, you'll see an immediate timeout. To the air, it's Drones. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
And the Hokies will line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Was looking for more running room, but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On 1st down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the...
He'll take a deep shot here. He's got it at the 15. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped.
And how about the big strike down the field? I love when offenses take shots down the field, try to make big plays. Now they're set up in the red zone.
Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Let's go. Back to pass. He's got it. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Knowles.
And listen, still a ways to go, but great job by this offense getting you back in the ball game. Now, we got a 1-possession game. We got our score. We did what we're supposed to do. Now, how do we get this stopped? Now, the defense has to come up big and get me the rock back.
31, Florida State, 24.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. Guys, you want to be productive here and not go into a shell, but you've got to take care of the ball.
Yeah, and I think you say productive, Reese. Productive at this point in the game is running the clock and getting 1st down. So, Jesse, I can expect this defense to be aggressive, way up near the line of scrimmage, bringing a bunch of bodies, trying to stop the run.
And that's why it puts a lot of pressure on an offense, David, because you know if you do try to throw the football, it's probably man coverage, you're probably getting blitz, that's going to be into a small window. It is not easy to execute in this situation of the game.
Wouldn't be surprised to see them go right back to the run on 2nd down and maybe put this thing away. The RPO, fire complete to the left. Slips one guy, now he's loose. He's got enough for the 1st down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
You know, there's no real reason to panic. Think about it. When does panicking ever really help? But certainly this was a bitterly disappointing outcome.
And you can look at a lot of different statistics, and I know we tend to overcomplicate college football these days, but guys, at the end of the day, it comes down to 2 very simple things. You can't turn the ball over, and you can't have penalties. You do those things, David, and it'll beat you every time.
That's the difference between winning and losing. It's the small things. But find those things that you need to improve on. Keep working on them. Keep developing. Those things you do well, dude, let's do those. Let's do more of those things more consistent.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.